they had asked the question about the irrigation related issues in India and the government policies. They had asked the question about the millets related developments that are there in India. Between 2014 to 2024, what is the increase of FDI? Let's say the data on remittances, let's say the data on the agricultural productivity, let's say the data on different other parameters, that how the GVA has increased over a period of time. What this document is providing you, why I have included those particular trend, because होता क्या है कि when we are started preparing these things, now the preparation is not like that you have to again go back to the prelims. You have to apply those concepts which you already know. They are not asking very much conceptual question only. They are asking about the concept and the application. So not... Hello everyone, I am Vishal Salsekar and today we are going to discuss about the economy related strategy for the UPSC CSE Mains 2025. Right. So when it comes to the general studies paper 3, the major section, or I can say the most important section with respect to this general studies 3 paper is concerned is the economy. Right. So on an average basis, roughly approximately 100 marks based questions you can expect from this subject. Right. Now, whenever it comes to the weightage as far as the entire general studies subjects concerned, now this weightage with respect to the economy section within GS3 also has multiple issues, because as an aspirant, when we are preparing for this subject, there are a lot of issues we are encountering as far as the economy is concerned. So what are these particular issues when it comes to the preparation, and preparation specifically from the mains perspective, right? So let's highlight those particular issue. So first important issue that a student faces when he or she tries to cover the subject of economy is concerned is the syllabus, because the syllabus is vast. There is too much to cover. When I am saying too much to cover, if we try to divide economy per se, there is the aspect with respect to the Indian economy. Then there are basic conceptual aspects with respect to economy. Then there are multiple other things, for example, poverty, inclusion, development, sustainable development. Then there are aspects further related to the industries, infrastructure, investment, banking. And apart from that, a lot of extra things that are also there. For example, even the agriculture related aspects that are being covered over here. Then the value addition related things. For example, there are supply chains and a lot of things with respect to the overlapping with different subjects. For example, the economic policy, the overlapping with policy. The policy with respect to certain aspects, like say the disaster related things, right? So all these kind of things are also pertaining to the section of economy. For example, last year they had asked the question about the irrigation related issues in India and the government policies. They had asked the question about the millets related developments that are there in India, right? So when it comes to the economy, a lot of things that are there to cover. And this brings me to the issue that a student faces for covering the economy as a subject. And when it comes to the mains examination, this vastness of the syllabus also has multiple other issues. For example, from the prelims perspective, you do have certain idea that the conceptual questions will be asked. But here, the conceptual things which are there that have to be applied. So the conceptual aspects of the economy, firstly, they are very difficult to cover sometimes, because as a beginner, the issue that is faced for the coverage of economy is the conceptual clarity, because that will be a lot of interlinkages. So with respect to the interlinkage of those particular concepts, even apart from those interlinkages, there will be the linkage of the static with current affairs. So when the static has to be related with current affairs, this causes another major difficulty with respect to the mains examination. And when you are trying to apply those concepts, generally in the UPSC mains examination, questions are not directly asked that what is repo rate, what is the reverse repo rate, but the way they are asking the question that in the recent economic scenario, economic growth is stagnated, how the increase of the certain, let's say, the rates or decrease of rate are going to impact that economic cycle. So then at that point of time, first you should be having the conceptual clarity, then you should be in a position to interlinkage, and then there have to be certain kind of static with the current affairs related. When you are answering these questions at that point of time, all these things should be clear to you. But this also causes difficulty when you are going to cover that. Apart from that, what are the other issues? So when you are seeing the economy, there are a lot of things for the value add. For example, you will see a lot of data pointers, then there are some facts, there are some examples, there are trends, right? So all these kind of things, when you are trying to cover, eventually not retaining idea about what kind of data you can utilize, what specific facts, what specific things you can cover over there. Apart from that, when it comes to the resources, generally either the resources related to economy are focusing too much on concepts, either they are focusing too much on concepts or they are covering the current affairs. So there is a balanced resource with respect to current economy is also missing. So balanced resource will be such a resource which will include the conceptual thing along with the fact data to substantiate, along with the aspects of answer writing, along with certain thing which will be helping you in order to write better answer, right? So resources may, when the resources are either too much relying on the static or too much relying on the current affairs, are not providing me the balanced thing with respect to economy, and this is also causing another difficulty. Next, when you have to write the answer, the time management also causes an issue. So regarding the economy related preparation, eventually through resources, whatever you are having, you are trying to prepare that conceptually, right? Now when the questions are being asked, those things have to be applied. So all these things you have to utilize, but that answer writing also needs the time management, right? So time management will be an issue while writing the answer. Retaining those particular concept also causes sometimes difficulties, right? Another issue which is being faced while the preparation of economy is the presentation. Let's say a topic about FDI, that between 2014 to 2024, what is the increase of FDI? Let's say the data on remittances, let's say the data on the agricultural productivity, let's say the data on different other parameters, that how the GVA has increased over a period of time. What are the things that can be done in order to improve the economic scenario of India? We are talking about the things like Viksit Bharat and all these are the current theme that are going on, and having an idea about those is one thing. Presenting those things to the examiner who is in the need of certain specific pointer from your side, and when you are presenting that particular pointers in such a way that is also appealing to the examiner, like the diagrams, like bar diagram you can prepare, you can even prepare the pie charts, you can make a lot of extra aspects which eventually help you to get good marks, right? So when we are talking about these things, iske alawa bhi agar aap dekho, when I am saying economy, there is a economic survey document that flashes in front of your eyes. There is budget document. There are a lot of government scheme with respect to economy, right? So a lot of issues are being faced when it comes to the economy related preparation. Now, what will be the solution then? Because ab dekho, if you are appearing for this particular year's examination for the means 2025, then obviously you will need some last minute review related document which should be focused upon the overcoming of these things. For example, the document should be providing you the value addition, data, fact, example at one place wherever the topic is being discussed. Otherwise, आपके पास data तो एक place पर है, but the concept is at the other place, and integrating them becomes difficult. Then the vastness, that means that particular material should be crisp and short. Apart from that, the conceptual clarity, that should be covering from the very basics, and that should go till the very advanced aspects. That means integrating the current affairs, talking about the recent phenomena, right? Then apart from that, answer writing, that should be focusing upon the previous year's question that helps us to write the answer. That should also be giving us an idea about the presentation, right? And also that can be assured as a one resource for that subject. Now, the document that we are going to talk about is the value added document, right? So this value added document, as you can see, is trying to resolve different kind of issues that the aspirant is facing. Now, if we talk about the trend, economy has a lot of weightage, you can see. That's why we have to focus a lot. You can see the consistency, like roughly 100 is the average that you can see from the last few years perspective. The number of question, if you talk about 8 to 9 question every year out of 20 are being there in the GS3 from the economy and the economic development perspective. Now see, though we know that there are few topics even in the economy that are more important. For example, last few year के trend के basis पर it is agriculture and allied sector which is being provided with roughly 36% weightage. Like this much number of marks this particular topic has done. Apart from that, inclusive growth, poverty development, because see, now you can see that UPSC in general focuses upon what the government's expectations are, how government is focusing upon different sector. Right now the focus is on agriculture, for example solarization of agriculture, for example the millet, for example sustainable agriculture, for example the supply chain development related thing. Apart from that, inclusive growth, poverty, unemployment, these are the things that should be done in order to ensure sustainable development, which is also government's focus. So we have to keep in mind that the government's agenda is for the Viksit Bharat by 2047. So in order to achieve that, what all pillars will be there that will be important from the economy perspective. So you can see infrastructure, Indian economy, government budgeting, these are being prioritized based upon the weightage. Now the document that is also prepared is keeping in mind that how UPSC is asking and in what manner UPSC is asking those particular topic. Now see, last few years ka bhi you can see that the roughly agriculture is 43 around marks out of 250. Roughly you can assume 1/5 ke approximately this is the marks distribution for this sector. Inclusive growth, poverty 20 marks. So including upper 3-4 topics are going to give you an idea about that. Roughly agar aap 100 marks ka soch rahe ho, to 70 or 80 marks will be from a few topics only. Now, what this document is providing you, why I have included those particular trend, because hota kya hai ki when we are started preparing these things, now the preparation is not like that you have to again go back to the prelims. You have to apply those concepts which you already know. So the preparation also should be going on in the integrated manner. And those who are listening to this video, even if you are not appearing for this means examination, but you have done something, you have started preparation for the economy perspective, or let's say for the UPSC. Now, if you are in a position to read those particular lines, you will be in a position to comprehend this document. Now, I will tell you how. So first, this document is focusing upon the value addition with respect to the integration of the agenda of government or the government's focus. For example, right now, the Indian economy is basically in certain structure, right? So the features of Indian economy includes, let's say, the low per capita income, then the heavy population pressure that we know. And in near future, in 2-3 years, these are the scenarios that will be remaining, right? The dependence on agriculture, poverty and inequality, right? So these are the things. And along with that, there are some data that are mentioned. Now, whenever you might have seen any of the toppers copies, this is how they are also writing, like the pointers, a brief aspect about that, and the data or example to substantiate. Similarly, you can see, let's say, the determinant of economic growth, the capital formation, investment and capital efficiency, then the occupational structure, population growth. So these are also the things which in general one should be aware of, right? So the basic things are also being covered. Apart from that, those things substantiated with the fact, value, data, examples, they are being also covered in this document holistically. Now, similarly, you can see, for example, issues with GDP as an indicator of growth. So right now, of lately, the countries are also talking about that GDP gives you an idea about the economic progress. What should be done further? How we should be measuring that the people are sustainably happy. Matlab, that happiness is long lasting. It should not be about the economic prosperity of only a few days. It should be about the sustainable progress that one should be achieving. So GDP ke limitation kya hai? It is only focusing upon, let's say, the economic aspect only, then exclude certain home-based production, क्योंकि formal economy को ही generally consider किया जाता है. Then base erosion जो होता है, base effect, ठीक है. Then apart from that, per capita, issues, right? Then the cherry picking of data, because a lot of informal sector that are not incorporated in this, right? So a lot of things you can see. Now the way it is being presented, it is provided in certain bullet points format, and the way the data, fact, and the associated aspects are being provided. So what it is doing, though, when you read about GDP, what you will do, you will conventionally read the definition, then you will talk about that which all aspects will be part of GDP, which will be excluded from GDP ka definition. What is then GNP? Then you will talk about further things. So this is the conventional method. Now this is a different approach which talks about कि exactly कैसे question आते हैं. For that, obviously, conceptual clarity will be needed. So the document also starts with the basic things, but eventually covers a lot of extra things also, which are being asked in the examination. So in this 200 pages or less than 200 pages document, I think roughly, if you see, these kind of diagrams are there, which are taking pages, but effectively you will see 120 to 130 pages, this much number of pages are there, which will be part of this document, right? Next is a most important thing for this examination is the focus on the previous year's question. This is not only for economy, this is for all the subjects. So whenever the subjects that you are about to prepare for those even who are now, let's say next year who are going to appear, now the PYQs should be focused upon. Now next month when the UPSC mains examination will be done, in a thematic manner, you are going to incorporate those questions also in the UPSC PYQ trends, right? So having an analysis about that document, having an analysis about the previous year's question, and then preparation of those particular things in a targeted manner will ensure that whether you are going to clear this examination or not. In that manner, you can see this is for one topic only, let's say agriculture, and that too from the 2024. What were the question? The role of millets for ensuring the health and nutritional security in India. So conventionally, the green revolution has focused upon, let's say, the wheat and rice. So what are the aspects that the millets can be incorporated as a nutritional aspect as far as the Indian health and economic scenario are there, or health and nutritional scenario is there? Then again, when we are seeing a lot of erratic monsoon, there has to be some sustainable irrigation methodologies, right? So the challenges faced by the Indian irrigation system in India. So monsoon will be one thing. Apart from that, a lot of issues are there, right? It can be even related to the income available with the people. It can be available, incorporated from the perspective of the region specific, right? And then what step government has taken. Then next is about, let's say, the importance of the buffer stock. So you have FCI, right? So point simply here is ki the aspect of agriculture from the perspective of subject economy. This has given roughly 15 plus 50, 30 plus 10, 40 marks. Roughly 40 marks this year. Now covering one topic hardly will be 20-30 pages, but this is giving a lot of dividend. So having an idea about the trend, having an awareness regarding the previous year's question, now maybe a chance next year another topic might be predominant, right? But at the end of the day, few topics which are the key theme of the government of India, those things should be very, very clear to you. So you can see, let's say when we talk about the irrigation and water management, it is talking about the types of irrigation. So you will have an idea and clarity about what is the different type of irrigation. Then you will talk about the major challenges with respect to irrigation in India. It is talking about irrigation efficiency poor, exploitation or over exploitation of groundwater. They're talking about the regional disparity. For example, northern part mein the river availability there, water availability is there. Eastern part mein river availability, water availability is there. But when it comes to the Deccan and the southern part of the country, the issues are there. Then delays in the project completion, the kind of dams that are being constructed, right? Then the power irrigation nexus, then water logging, sanitize. So point is that the theme is being covered. And then every time you have to remain a bit insightful and also at the same time critical towards the policies. That means not the criticism. It is about like remain vigilant that if there is issue, there have to be some solutions. And as an administrator, you have to be solution provider, right? So what kind of things you can provide? For example, the government measure, which was asked even in the question. So for example, the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana was there. Then the Atal Bhujal Yojana is there. Then the micro irrigation fund is there. Then Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Utthan Mahabhiyan PM Kusum is there, right? So the specifics of the schemes are also being provided. Now, generally, you will read all these things. What you will read? You will read the types of irrigation separately as a part of the agriculture topic. Then the challenges with respect to the agriculture of India, you will either read, let's say, in the geography, or let's say you will read in the environment and ecology, or let's say even if you will read in the subject of economy. But the point is कि integration उतना नहीं हो पाता. And when government is launching some schemes, generally you will read those things in the current affairs. Here at the one place, there are all these things that are being provided to you. So this is giving an advantage of not skimming through a lot of resources and going by the targeted approach, where you can specifically look towards the topic and you can have assurance regarding that if you have read this document, at least that topic is completed. Now the conceptual things will be clear to you. Next is about the critical policy evaluation. So the way UPSC is asking, again, they are not asking very much conceptual question only. They are asking about the concept and the application. So not concept is being focused. It is about like how, if there is any specific policy, how I can take a critical outlook towards that policy. So for example, with respect to the achievement of the status of developed country and Vikasit Bharat by 2047. So we have an aspiration. Government is focusing upon certain sector. Let's say infrastructure is there. Then the agriculture is also there. Then the development and the sustainable development is there. But then it's not like everything is very good. A lot of issues are also being observed. So the critical analysis of those things is also important from examination perspective. Let's say the growth rate, that inadequate growth rate is there. The way we were expecting that the growth of the country will be, kahin na kahin some issues are there. So it is talking about that what is the current projection. That means right now it is also integrating the current data, and that will be good to go. Now आपको अलग अलग मटेरियल नहीं रिफर करना इन ऑर्डर टू कलेक्ट द डेटा. सिमिलरली द मिडिल इनकम ट्रैप रिस्क, मतलब हो सकता है अभी जहां पर जिस ब्लॉक में हम फंसे हुए हैं, वी माइट नॉट बी एबल टू जंप आउट, एंड मेनी कंट्रीज वी हैड सीन are falling in that middle income trap. Then job creation and the skill gap, government is functioning with the Skill India mission, then the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, how those things can be incorporated, right? So those are the issues. Then the low investment, consumption led growth is there. Then apart from that, stalled infrastructure. So kahin na kahin, so stalled structural growth, right? So the structural growth, that means the important aspect of the development, those particular things are also lacking. And then the inadequate private investment. So there are both the things. From the government side, there will be investment, there will be private investment also. And how those things will be channelized in order to ensure the holistic growth of the country, that also have to be focused upon, right? So these are the things. Apart from that, what can be further done? Matlab, what government of India's policy are that can be helpful in order to utilize the issues and go for the development and ensuring the status of the developed country. The private investment, ease of doing business, initiatives बता दिए. Now see, UPSC इसी तरीके से पूछता है. UPSC ask about what government is focusing upon, and then you have to talk about some initiative. Industrial policy, it has talked about what are the targets. China plus one strategy, where this strategy can be applied. Trade and a digital platform, then the agriculture modernization related aspects are there, and apart from that, human skills and human capital and the skills development. So it is talking about 360-degree perspective, that entire spectrum you are talking about. It's not like only you are talking about skill. You have to also talk about the human capital development. You also have to talk about the basic infrastructure. You have to talk about the private investment and a lot of other things. So many a time what happens that these things are covered in the economic survey, but because of, let's say, paucity of time, we might have not covered. So this document is going to give you all these kind of critical outlook and also an idea about that. In this manner also you can think about the topic. Next in this is the presentation. Now having an idea about all these things, you have the content and topic wise manner mein this particular document is giving you all these things. It is also helping you with respect to the value addition, fact, data, example, and also presented in a good manner. Apart from that, it is also giving you an idea about the critical thinking, but then presentation specifically, there are certain hacks. So these are also being provided. For example, food processing sector. So it is ensuring that increasing income will reduce the losses, create employment, improve market access, then diversify crops, and this will further increase income. So point is कि there are certain kind of virtuous cycle. You can utilize those cycle. Similarly, the virtuous cycle of the economic growth, saving बढ़ेगी तो investment बढ़ेगा, investment बढ़ेगा तो production बढ़ेगा, production will increase the number of jobs will increase the income, increasing of income will increase the savings increase होगी तो savings increase होगी तो that will be reflected in the more investment. So like this, so topic along with the presentative tool that are mentioned. So now UPSC also expects कि भाई should not replace exact content with the presentation, but you can add up the presentation in that, right? Apart from that, let's say the percentage share of the processed food export in the agri-food export. So 2014-15 में it was 13%. Now it increased to roughly 23.4%. So you can get a idea about this, and you know now that there are certain diagrams that are already provided. Similarly, FDI inflow, similarly, impact of privatization, similarly, the infrastructure asset monetization, right? So new infrastructure, then the existing asset base, then monetizing the existing asset base, then the proceeds from infrastructure monetization will go to the new infrastructure creation. So this is also a virtuous cycle, right? So point is that this document is holistic. I'll show you the document. So the document is holistic. The document is providing you a lot of insights about the subject per se. It's different section, providing adequate weightage to all the section, not leaving anything behind, but at the same time focusing upon the most targeted aspects. So if you are looking for one which is going to help you with respect to the topic of the coverage of the economy from topic by topic perspective, this will be the material that is good to go for you. Now, how to access this material? So like you might have accessed all the other value added document, this document can also be accessed from the means corner section. Go to the means corner, there you can go to the GS3, and in GS3 all the document with respect to the economy will be available, right? So these are the things that as an aspirant you should be aware of. There are other like GS1, GS2, GS3, even in GS3, economy, science and tech, internal security, environment, all the other documents are also available, right? Now let's see the how actual document looks like. So this is the actual value added material of economy. Now you can just see that what are the key features which we have already discussed about. Now you can see that, see the Indian economy planning growth. So it is thematically arranging the PYQ and arranging the concepts with the perspective of PYQ. For example, economic growth and development, it is talking about the growth versus development, determinants of growth, determinant of development, then measuring of growth, then the issues. So it is covering from the scratch only, but with the more application oriented part, not like giving you concept in one document, application in another document. It is also covering a lot of things which are the focus of government, right? All the themes, for example, the topic like the resource mobilization, government budgeting, right? The effect of the liberalization, then apart from that land reforms. So all the topics are being covered along with the even the most important ones like the agriculture and the allied sector. Now every section is covered in their due weightage. Apart from that, even the questions are being provided, certain important aspects are being provided in the beginning only. So all the previous year's questions that are available from 2013 onwards are available. Then there are these graphs, diagrams, like this, they are available. So easy to read, easy to understand, and easy to comprehend. So try to utilize this material. Even if you are a starter for the UPSC examination, believe me, this document is going to change your perspective with respect to economy as a subject. Because till now, we were reading economy like the concept, and then later on we were going to current affairs. Now we are integrating, because every day when we are reading newspaper, something or other with respect to economy is appearing. So if we are reading it in an integrated manner, be it the prelims, be it the mains, or be it the personality test, everywhere it will be very simplistic aspect for you, in order to cover those things and having an informed opinion about those things, right? So this document you should try to refer and try to identify that whether this document is up to what extent is fulfilling your aspiration with respect to the examination. Okay? Chalo. So thank you everyone. Have a great day, and do refer this kind of document that are available periodically on the portal. Okay? Thank you everyone. Have a great day.